Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1624. I'm your host, Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That would be much appreciated, and sure use the help still. Right, so the weather today is, yeah, it's beautiful again. It's more clouded though this time. It's probably more moist in the air overall. Jackdaws, like, man, I leave the water out there, bowl of water, and they just immediately waste it all by bathing in it, like immediately. Right, plants are still doing good. The parsley seems to be doing just fine. Although it's much smaller now. And the rest is also doing great. I have to give them more water though. It's definitely like, yeah, more water is evaporating now that it's actually summer than it did like a month ago. Anyway. Hello Richard G, first in chat. Notifications on time this morning. Yay. Always good. Yeah, it's Wednesday, the 7th of June 2023. Temperature 21 degrees Celsius, 54% humidity. Yeah, thought so. Oh, it says it's gonna be like 23 degrees. Tomorrow, 25. What? Okay, it says here that Friday 29, Saturday 31. Jesus. Wow, okay, that's gonna be very hot then. This weekend. Might be a no t-shirt day if it's gonna be that hot. We'll see. Right. Anyway, how are you doing? I'm okay, but I'm also a bit stressed because of just financial hassle. Not because, oh, I'm so poor, but rather because, well, I checked up on GTI again. And I'm just really, really frustrated about it because it seems to be flowing pretty good, but I don't have access to the wallet. And the wallet's like connected to an old email address that doesn't exist anymore. And I can't get in to change it. It's really aggravating. And because, yeah, I recently discovered it isn't anymore there. Because, like, even if I was able to connect my wallet, then I would still have to wait for a while. That's what my dad's doing. He at least has access to his wallet with the same GTI. But it would take a while before I could get anything out. But the amount that was actually there was pretty damn huge and unexpected. I thought that it was just all lost, but it isn't. I just don't have I don't have the wallet address, basically, in order to do anything with it outside of the GTI program. And I was just kind of really frustrated about it, because it would have been really nice to, well, have a pretty huge amount of money. I mean, it would take a while to even get it out, and I don't know, I'm gonna imagine that like 3/4 of it would be lost, but like at this point, who gives a fuck? It would be a substantial amount of money that would basically, yeah, solve a whole bunch. But I can't get access to it, and I'm trying to contact the team of them again to try and fix it. But I mean, it's a nightmare scenario. I'm almost like at the point, like, do I need to get a lawyer to get this done? Because I just can't get any proper contact. They just won't fix it. I've had this problem for over 2 years. Contacted them multiple times and nothing has done. Nothing. And I'm like this is maddening, because it could literally resolve my entire financial issue that I have in general, just like that. But it's not getting fixed, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, and that's like gnawing at me now. Because I don't know what to do about it. Like, I am contacting them, I am trying to get through, but it's freaking long, and like nothing happens. They say like, oh, do this and that, and then I try that, no, it doesn't work, oh, we'll get back to you, and then they don't get back to me. Ever. That's what happened last time. They just don't do anything, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm literally registered, like with my passport and photo on that thing, and they refuse to repair it. And that's why I feel like, should I get a lawyer on this? I mean, I could technically tell the lawyer, like, yeah, well, I could get like a huge amount of money out of there to pay you with, but I can't get there. So can you force these people to fix it somehow? I mean, I'd be like, okay, I'll offer up a huge bounty just so you get it fixed. Just get it fixed. It's such a basic fucking thing. It's just, I need to be able to change the wallet in another email address. Done. I mean, how fucking complicated can it be? So I'm a little stressed about that. In the meantime, in the world, like, things are like not great. It's great. Zelensky blew up the dam, the piece of shit. Like, what the fuck, man? Just sabotaging your own fucking country. It's like, how sick you have to be. Yeah. Although, I mean, it's just more overt, really. Because all these Nazis are all sabotaging the country. They're sabotaging my country. They're sabotaging everything. They're just doing it sneakily and through bureaucracy. Zelensky's just blowing it up. That's the difference. Totally fucked up. Right, so that happened. What else? Yeah, on Benjamin Live yesterday, he started early, so that was nice. Didn't last super till middle of the night for me, so that's great. Right, what else? Yeah, Flat Earth Debates was also decently good. Although it was just 1 hour live show, 1 hour after show. That was it. QE Live wasn't really part of that. Listened to the start of it for a bit, but that's pretty much it. Right, so yeah, I hope you guys have you, Richard, you one guy in my chat. I hope you've had a great day. That's yeah, PDF to show. Yeah, no, they have. I agree. Monday's after show was like insanely long. Oh, what? No, wait, that was Friday. Oh, Monday was pretty long too. Anyway, your day's just starting. Yeah. No, I meant yesterday, but where the hell is everybody? I don't get it. Where's everybody? What's going on here? What causes molecules to bond or yeah, that's chemistry theory. It is, oh god, what is it again? I think it's the electrons that do it. It's like because of the proton-electron scenario, I think. Has to do with that. You kind of like, that's out of nowhere. I don't know. It sounds stupid, but I could Google it. I mean, what does it say? Yeah, well, opposite charges both within, yeah, between, what? Electron crowd, negative charge. Okay. Opposite charges attract both within the same atom and between atoms. What? Okay. Right. Well, yeah, charge. I got that part right, at least. Is that the heat that causes the molecules to unbond? Yeah, I guess. Look, this is a chemistry question, so this is not really physics. I mean, ask Adam Meakin. Yeah, I'm very certain he can give you a very precise, detailed answer to it. Yeah, guys, I never had chemistry in school, just for the record. I mean, I did have it in the lower classes, but I did not like graduate on chemistry. So I'm not really the most elaborate when it comes to chemistry knowledge. I mean, I have the pattern of it, but I don't know everything about it. I did actually follow a bit of a chemistry course a while back, like that is online in Dutch, like just an intro course again. But yeah, it does have to do with charge. The charge of the electrons is what causes those bonds, like in the atom itself or in the molecule, but also I guess against other molecules. So you could argue that the protons in molecules are also attracted by the electrons from other molecules. Something like that. Maybe. Or it like forms a mesh or something. And no, man, chemistry is kind of weird like that. Where the fuck is everyone? Stream is 15 minutes in. Okay, what the fuck is going on today? I mean, what's going on here? Was my show yesterday so unwanted? Or what the fuck is... Where the hell is everybody? I should be having like at least 5 people in chat by this time. I don't understand. What do you think the sunspot is? A hole in the hologram? No, it's part of the hologram. I mean, what is sunspot? Oh, really? What is a moon shadow? Right? What is a crater shadow? I mean, it's part of the hologram. It's not a hole. There is no hole in a hologram because it's not transparent. Okay, Richard G. I'm just kind of weirded out. Like, where is everyone? Is this... Yeah. Do apps... Like, stay off the internet morning. Is it stay off the internet morning? And you just didn't get the message? Richard G. Like, what is this? Where is everyone? Did the internet go down or something? For half the world? Yesterday's show went fine. I mean, I had like 5 people around, very active. It was fine. It was a bit of a hard show. I just don't get it. Where is everybody now? It's Wednesday. Yeah, by the way, in 2 weeks, just for the record here, I'm just gonna say it here. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna be live streaming back on my old YouTube account because the strike periods will be over. So 2 more weeks on Arwinian Bear, and then I'm back to my old account. Yeah, I know, Richard G. I mean, I'm really weirded out. Like, what's going on here? Ah, hello, Clutch. Good to see you, finally. It is pretty warm in here. I got a Gusto energy drink though. Just wondering, I hope it's not gonna be detrimental because I'm like, I got this weird nerve stress. Just, it's freaky. I mean, when I found out about the GTI thing, it actually stressed me out more. In a way, I wish that I hadn't, but I mean, I should really get it fixed. That should be my main focus because it seems to be like the internal mechanics seem to be running. It's actually now doing what it's supposed to be doing all that time. Except it's locked out. I'm locked out because I can't actually get access to the wallet outside of the program, and it's really aggravating me. And that's stressing me out. I'll just stick to mint tea for a while. Right, hope you are having a good day, Clutch. You got beautiful weather there too. So over here it's beautiful weather again, a bit more clouded though, but just woke up. Huge storm last night. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of nice. I think I hope we are getting one here. I mean, it hasn't rained in a long time now. Although the grass is still plenty of green, but that's probably because of, despite the heat, there being a lot of moisture in the air. But it would be kind of good to have a bit of a lightning storm and rain again. It's been like over a week. Yeah, more than a week. Right, so anything you want me to talk about, guys? Because, yeah. I mean, I get, for me, it's just basically complaining about GTI, so that's not really a good subject. Already said everything. Hey, Oz. Oh, finally, somebody else. Hello. Starting. I wouldn't be surprised, Richard G. But, yeah. I mean, just try to get those people in their act. Catch them in the act. No, he's not in Canada. I think. Oh, he is? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, Oz. Huh, YouTube's acting weird. Right, well, anyways, good to have you now. It's been really quiet in the chat, so... And yeah, I don't really have a direct subject. I got burdens on my mind, and it's not a good subject to talk about. Really. Yeah, by the way, also, if it's gonna be like extremely hot somewhere in the next few days, I might skip the show. Because if it's actually gonna be like 31 degrees or something, that's actually too hot. That's too hot to do a show. I'd be like sweating and feeling sick. Even like with the cold water foot bath or something. So there's a good chance if it's gonna be that hot that I'm just gonna go out and hang in underneath trees or something until like the heat has subsided somewhat, like the sun not hitting this side of the wall. We'll see. Oh. Oh man, it's already kind of warm. 2 weeks of that, Jesus, clutch. Coming for also yeah here too. Early? Well, what's the problem? I mean, summer is good. It is good. Although, yeah, I mean, in the more tropical countries, yeah, that kind of heat is not great, of course. But I mean, for Europe and for Canada and such, I mean, that's just fine. Although, yeah, you're in Australia, right, Oz? Or weren't you? Australia should be like in their winter time now. Cornwall, right. Yeah. So if it's a heat wave for UK, Netherlands, Canada, I mean that's great. Right. I'll try to remember that you're in Cornwall, Oz. I mean, it's your name, Oz. Is like, yeah, just reminds me of Aussie. I'll try to keep it straight. Oh man. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna start drinking this if I can get it open. Yeah. Cheers. Show called Mr. In Between. Okay, Clutch. What is it about? Oh, fuck's sake, come on. Alright, gangster. Oh my. You think that's cool? Oh my god. Whatever. If you like that. Dude. What the fuck? Why, who gives it? Whatever. Yeah, not interested. God. Retarded. Yeah, Tucker Carlson is... Did you see that shit? He's all on about the UFO bullshit now. I mean, this is such a fucking psyop, man. They're literally reifying aliens. They're literally doing it. Somebody just said, no, life of non-human origin. Like, oh really? Oh yeah, where's the evidence? Oh yeah, and now everybody's just presupposing it. I mean, it's such a piece of shit game. The fuck is wrong with you? Oh, how dare you? The media won't talk about alien life that you're presupposing and you haven't seen any evidence for, and the sources were fucking Secret Service, whose motto is our job is accomplished when everybody is completely misinformed. Oh yes. Like, what the fuck, man? Orcas tipping boats. Yeah, orcas do all kinds of things like that. Yeah, that sentence did not type correctly there, Richard G. But are you saying that before that you did believe it, Richard G? I mean, where's all the information about it coming from? It's all garbage. It's all a bunch of Secret Service people. Hey, white pigeons. What do you mean, by the way, Oz? Like, what does that mean? They're trying to catch our young to do tricks for them in an airlock? What the fuck does that even mean, Oz? Like, what airlock? Do tricks for them? Well, what the fuck does any of that mean? It's like the one of the most confused sentences, like you're like half drunk or dizzy or something when you thought that. I'm like, what does that mean? Hey, Kevlar. Good to see you. Pigeons grow really fast when they're young? Yeah. I guess they do. Pigeons grow like cabbage, right? Nothing grows faster than cabbage among the plants. That's why there's that saying, growing like cabbage. So I guess pigeon are like cabbage birds. Large predator? What? Raptor? What are you talking about? No! What do you mean raptors? You think that, Borders Boy? Okay, well, I didn't understand any of that, and I don't even see where the word orca got in there. So, I just don't get it. Bad joke. Well, please don't do bad jokes. Especially if they're cryptic. I mean it, guys. Please don't do cryptic dark jokes in my chat. See what happened? Oh, I'm just being dark. I'll just keep it in the side. Yeah, you know what happens then? 5 minutes of attention gets spent specifically to it because I don't fucking understand it. It's cryptic, and it turns out to be kind of dark according to you. Well, why? Why would you say that in my chat? I'm sorry, dudes. It's just please don't see my chat like it's some kind of etch-a-sketch you just throw in whatever you want. Please stop thinking of it like that. It's a communication platform. If you're going to communicate, make sure it's comprehensible. Yeah? Please make effort to make it comprehensible. It's not an etch-a-sketch. Don't just throw shit in there and don't even check whether it is actually comprehensible. Please. No cryptic dark jokes. Please don't do it. It's just super confusing and it wastes a lot of time. Be as funny as you. Okay, Kevlar. Whatever. So I'm not trying to kick at you. It's just that I see all of you guys doing it. And please stop it. Yeah? I mean, if it's a face-to-face situation, I get it. You probably want to show it. I get what that is. It's what you do in face-to-face situations. Please don't do it in the chat. Please. It's not like that. It's very confusing if you do that. It's not a face-to-face situation. This is not a private meeting face-to-face. This is a public platform. Please treat it as such. Bamboo? Well, yeah, bamboo can grow fast if the conditions are right, but that's not the most prominent thing about bamboo. The most prominent thing is that it's a nightmare to get rid of. That's the real thing about bamboo. It's like, oh, cute bamboo. Oh, really? Is that cute? Well, get used to it then, because you'll never get rid of it once you actually plant such shit in your garden. You'll never get rid of it. It'll be like a huge operation to get rid of it. Alright, so guys, if you have something to communicate and it's a bit dark, Don't make a stupid joke out of. Sorry to call it. I just don't do it. Just make it comprehensible. Making a cryptic joke out of it will not make it comprehensible. Get it? Don't make cryptic jokes about something that you haven't before communicated perfectly comprehensibly. It's really disruptive if you do it. Please. Just say something comprehensible. You want to make a joke about it afterward? That's fine. Don't start out with a cryptic joke about it. Please. Everybody remember, it's not just Oz I'm talking to right now. Everyone. Because you all have this tendency at times to do that. And it's really annoying. You should have picked up on that. Like every time it happens, I get annoyed by it. Every time. So could you please stop doing that? Okay? I mean it. This is not a request. Like, I'm gonna put it in the rules eventually. If you don't stop. So please, no more cryptic jokes. Unless you, before that joke, explained the entire context very comprehensively. And don't fucking tell me what to do. Troll. Who never shows up. Unless there's something to complain about. You don't know? Yeah, you do. If you're gonna make a cryptic joke out of it, you do. And if you're in a face-to-face situation and you're like, hey, buddy, that I meet on a daily basis, your colleague at work or something, right? Then I get it. You make a joke. And it's like, oh, it's your thing. It's like the other guy's gonna be like, haha, yeah, it's your thing. They don't even need to get it. I get it. That's how that works. This is not that. This is not a face-to-face guy you're meeting at your work where you can just make weird remarks as your trademark personality communication. This is an open platform. It's not private. It's not face-to-face. Please make sure you are comprehensible. I mean it. I really do. This is not your Etch-a-Sketch. This is not your private communication with your friend in a private situation. Be comprehensible. You understood. Well, I don't. The thing that I got to understand, I don't want to understand. It's really unbelievably, if I understood out of it what I understood out of it, then it's so unbelievably fucked up I should actually take the wrench and give you a timeout for it. If it is as terrible as I suspect it actually is. Better off not understanding. Well, then in that case, that stands. I should literally remove it. Because I don't want anybody to say anything like that ever. Ever. Yeah? Don't describe torture. Don't describe maniacal evil situations. Don't do that in my chat. Yeah? Why do you think the word pedo is banned? It's not so you can figure out some other torturous scenario that is horrific to describe. Yeah? It's because I don't want you to talk about that in my chat. Because it fucking ruins my mood. enormously. Yeah? From, oh, it's kind of a nice day, a bit slow, I'm warm, a bit lazy, to, what the fuck, man? Why the fuck did you roll out a fucking torture sentence out of nowhere? As a joke! You gotta let the birds fly sometimes. Okay, well, dude, then go ahead, guys. You just go type out the most torturous description of child sacrifice and murder and everything you ever wanted to say. Just throw it all out then. If you're gonna fucking complain about the strictness, call me a fascist for that? Kevlar? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're getting a timeout for that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Where did you get that from? Well, you're talking about children doing tricks in airlocks, yeah? Well, the only association I have with an airlock is in an airplane. And somebody doing tricks in there kind of suggests it's like, oh, hey, dance for me. Or we throw you out. Yeah, that's what I got from it. From your funny little cryptic dark joke. That's what I got from it, yeah? That's why you shouldn't fucking write cryptic stupid jokes in my fucking chat. And now I'm fucking pissed off. For you guys, oh, don't be like that. Yeah, I'm like that. That's not it? Well, why don't you describe what it is then? Making it not cryptic. If you guys are not gonna take me serious in this, if you're not gonna adapt, then the next time I spot a sentence like that, I will time you out. Wrench or not. No more fucking cryptic jokes, especially if they're dark. I won't have it. You hear me? Save it for the soup chats where everything goes and nobody gives a shit. You didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. Well, why don't you spell it out for me then? Akumu virus, you get it so much? Spell it out for me then. Yeah? I would, but oh, yeah, well, go fuck off then. Don't tell me I don't get it and don't explain it. God damn it. I mean, you guys better fucking suit up or I'm ending the show. I'm fucking sick of this. I'm sick of this sloppy shit. Yeah, good. Well, fuck off then, Akumu. Nobody gives a fuck. So, Richard G, are you gonna explain it? Is anybody gonna explain it to me? Anybody? We have to kick you all out! Aliens and probes. Okay. It's about the orcas. Okay. The orcas. Okay. Trying to catch our young to do tricks for them. In an airlock. What the fuck? What the fuck does that have to do with an orca? What does an orca have to do with an airlock? What do orcas have to do with our children? Oh, you're saying that... What? So... The joke is that you think that orcas are trying to keep human children in zoos as a revenge for us keeping them in zoos. Is that the joke? Holy shit, convoluted. Well, you could have spared like 15 minutes of agitation if somebody just would have literally said it. I'm all fired up. Yeah, I'm all fired up. I'm fucking sick of stupid ass jokes that are incomprehensible and a little dark too. While the fucking world's going to hell and actual people actually get tortured and mutilated. And military literally blowing up their own fucking infrastructure. Yeah, I'm not up for a stupid little dark joke that's fucking cryptic. Yeah, I get that now, Borders boy. I get that now, after 15 minutes. Possibly coincidence? No. That's exactly why I timed you out. How the fuck dare you? Like, why the fuck would you even bring that word up in relation to any of this? How idiotic. Especially after I had that show yesterday. Pretty much talking about all that and the nature. And then you call me fascist? I mean, that's a very, very, very sloppy colloquial use of that word. Yeah, what I do is not fucking fascist. It's ridiculous. I just got rules. I got strictness, and I don't like sloppy ass humor and people acting like weirdos and retards. I don't want you to get that comfortable in my chat. Do you understand? That's not fascist. That's called keeping the audience on their toes. Keeping you, the people I interact with during the show, on their toes. I don't want you to treat it like, oh, this is the place where you can just hang around and act like complete fucking retards. Just let it go. No, this is the place where you have to pay more attention, where you have to stay more sharp. This is not that other place, oh, finally you can relax and do whatever. No, this is not that place. You get it? Early Bird Show is not that place where you chill out, get a drink, get a smoke, and just relax and do whatever and random shit. No, this is not that show. Don't you get it? It isn't that place. This is the place where you think, where you learn to communicate, where you learn things, where you pay attention. Being angry towards something is not keeping them sure. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it is. And it's not random anger. It's anger for very specific reasons. Yeah? Somebody getting angry at you will definitely will sharpen you up. Is that random? What does that have to do with anything? Look, I know some of you guys are like typing on mobiles and that makes it more difficult. Like, I wouldn't even want to interface with chats on a freaking mobile. It would like drive me nuts. Like, I need a keyboard because with a keyboard I can type really fast and I need to type really fast. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. It's just like if you would have to talk, but you can only talk really slowly. Yeah, you're gonna end up not saying so much. It's eggshells now. Yeah. Just don't make any fucking cryptic jokes. I don't like it. I don't like cryptic jokes. Especially if they're dark somehow. I don't want it. I mean, make those jokes or something in the meantime while I'm having a presentation, right? If I'm having like a 15 minutes to 30 minutes presentation about a specific subject and you're just saying something on the side that's not really relevant, well, then I don't give a shit. Well, when I'm directly interacting with the chat, especially trying to fish for subjects, don't roll out cryptic shit. I mean it. Don't do it. Just say things straightforward. Do I get cryptic? Guys, do I ever get cryptic? Can you remember any time that I've actually been cryptic about something when I talk? No. Yes? Oh, really? You do? Kevlar? When was that? When have I been cryptic? Talking about slaughter and whatnot? Oh, you mean when I get in a fuming rage? Yeah, well, I have to get cryptic. Duh! I'm in a fuming rage. If I don't get cryptic, I'll get myself in trouble. What the hell do you expect? right? When I'm not fuming at the mouth angry, I don't get cryptic. I strive always to make things comprehensible. Seems yeah, it isn't contradictory. That's just me being really fucking pissed off. Yeah? And just because I happen to get pissed off doesn't mean that, well, I'm gonna stick so much to not being cryptic that I'll literally just get myself arrested or something. But is that what you want? Straight reply. Really? It was? Was it? Yeah. Hey, Kumu, go away. You were gonna go away. Now go away then. Right, but I guess you're right, Oz. You were just back and forth. And it was really freaking confusing. Just... But I did ask you, though, even 15 minutes ago. I literally asked you, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I said it so many times. What do you mean? 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 It took you like 15 minutes to get to actually explaining it. Why did it take you 15 minutes of me yelling before you just freaking said what you meant? I'm frustrated about that still. No, Kevlar, I'm not popping over to Bev's. Ugh. Yuck. No fucking way. No, I'd rather be alone here with one person in the chat for an entire show. Go over to Bev's. Ugh. I don't give a fuck what he would give. He's disgusting. And he's a pathological liar too. I don't want to have any form of association with that guy. Any form. He's viscerally repulsive to me. I'd rather hang around Rumpus on a daily basis. He is disgusting. You haven't caught him in the lie? Well, that's just because you don't pay attention. That Brenda no. He's not a... He's not trans. But, no, but Bev is just highly repulsive to me. I don't want to have any association. He's never said anything interesting to me. Like, not even once. Like, not even once, guys. I don't know why you would hang around there at all. I've never heard him say anything. Alright. And hey, Bev might not be disgusting as in he talks about disgusting subjects. No, I think that his actual person and the way he composes himself and how he does things and all of that, I find it quite disgusting. Yeah? Not saying he's talking about disgusting subjects, I just think he is, as a person, quite disgusting. I get like this visceral response, like somebody that you want to stay away from, like the plague. That's the kind of response I get from Bev. Okay? I'm not gonna go over there. And I don't give a fuck how he does his show and whether he censors people or not. I don't give a fuck. Yeah? I don't give a fuck. Nathan is in my head? No, it has nothing to do with Nathan. It has to do with the times that I've actually went over there, tried to listen, and then almost had to throw up. Like every single time I've tried that. I can't stand the guy. He's a pathological liar that can never admit it. Not to himself. Not to anybody. The guy is completely foobar. A deviant. Pathological liar. To himself and everybody. And super, super, super manipulative. Like, you can't get through to him. You can't. I don't want to have any association with him whatsoever. I need better insurance. What the fuck? What are you talking about? What did he lie about? Little things. What he says, what he means, in the moment. He's like a super in the moment lawyer who'll fuck around and screw around with the words. And he obviously says something in a certain way, it gets a suggestion, but then when you try to hold him to it, it's like, no, I meant it the other way. And then he says it again, but slightly different, and now it feels slightly, because he likes to manipulate you and fuck around with you until you don't trust your own senses anymore. Yeah? That's what Bev does. He's a disgusting individual who creates psychologically deranged followers. You lose your senses by following Bev. It's provable. Yeah? We discussed this over at Nathan's, even in the After show. People that follow him become retarded. They lose oversight. Everything just becomes fluid and useless, and it's all like nothing good comes out of that. People that follow him, they lose it. Yeah, he just talks. He talks out of his ass. That's what he does. Yeah, dude. Hey. Would you get the fuck out of here, bitch? Huh, Kevlar? Why don't you just get the fuck out of my chat? And don't come back. Because you're banned. How about that? Yeah? I'm not going to Bev. Bev is fucking disgusting. He's a manipulative scumbag. He creates mentally confused followers. He's a sociopath. And I don't want people that really insist that he is good to come here and advertise for that scumbag. You hear? I don't want to have any association. Yeah? You like Bev? Well, get the fuck out of here then. You want to follow him because you want to know how nutty he gets? Well, there's some people like that. Brian sometimes does that, and Neil sometimes does that. Yeah, but every time they have something to tell about it, it's all shit though. It's all, oh, look, this garbage, that garbage. Yeah, because it's all garbage. I don't want to have anything to do with Bev. Get it? I don't give a fuck, Akumu Virus. Why are you here? You're supposed to be out of here. Don't speak up anymore. Just get out. Get out, go and do your thing, and come back tomorrow. Okay, Akumu Virus? So, hey Turret. Yeah, it's good to see you. I know that, like everything I talked about, you are one of those guys that actually gets all that. I wish you would have arrived earlier. But yeah, I'm a bit agitated today for multiple reasons. One of them is people making cryptic jokes in my chat, which like confuse me and then piss me off, especially if you don't just immediately clarify what it meant and instead have me ranting for 15 minutes angrily about people saying cryptic things. But you could have just immediately said it, what it actually meant. Like you could just, like if somebody's like complaining to me about something I've said, you know what I do? Within 5 seconds, 5 seconds, I will write instantaneously in those 5 seconds a message that will say exactly what I said and what it meant. 5 seconds. Yeah? Not 15 minutes of kind of like, oh, what I didn't mean that. Oh, just keep hanging around for 15 minutes. No. I'll explain it immediately. And you are one of those guys that does that too. And I really appreciate that. You just be comprehensible. Just be comprehensible immediately. No flopping around. Just say it immediately. There's a misunderstanding. Make it understandable immediately. Just do it. Don't take your time. Right. This has been part of the issue that I've had today, Turret. And Kevlar whining about Bev and how we should go over to Bev. Ugh. So I kicked him out. Because if he's going to be a Bev-tard in my chat, then get the fuck out. I don't want even people to talk about him in my chat. I have no interest. I don't even have interest in people complaining about what Bev is doing in my chat, okay? I just don't want to have any association. It's a complete waste of time. Everybody that goes to Bev comes out a little bit more retarded. And that's a fact. Nobody's ever drawn out a viable argument out of Bev. Yeah? All it's ever done is centered around his stupid, whiny complaint about how you shouldn't call the earth flat. It's not really flat. Oh, wow, Bev, what a contribution. Like, that is it? It's not even useful. It's just stupid, nitpicky whining. That's all it is. And it's completely useless, like everything else he talks about. Ugh. Okay, Tarot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't get complete sandbox free speech in my chat. But at least you're not gonna get out of this more retarded than like with Bev. You actually learn new stuff with me. You actually learn to understand things that you might have had a little bit of trouble understanding before. Because you could just ask, hey, what does this mean? Hey, what does that mean? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? And then I'll look into it if I haven't seen it myself and make it more comprehensible. It's what I do. I like people to be more informed, and I'm eager for them to come to me to become more informed. It's what I like to do. Structure and order good. Not sometimes. It's essential always. Right? It's the other, like, structure and order is good always. What? A little chaos sometimes can be very enervating. It's got to be the minority, though. It's got to be a little bit of chaos with a lot of very set structure and order. That's the way, that's the proper balance. Not a little. Not sometimes. You need structure and order always. With a couple of little exceptions. That's the much better way to do it. Anyway. But I know what you mean. It's just that, yeah, I mean, not a little. It's always, you can't have a little structure and order. You need all of it to be structured and ordered for it to do anything. You see? The problem then becomes, if you're like completely obsessed with structure and order, then you eventually become rigid and inflexible. And that is where you need a little bit of chaos to get out of your norm, right? You can't have absolute structure and order permanently. Because if it is absolute, then you get stuck to a rigid form of doing things, which is not good. Like you'll start to lose inspiration and feeling of purpose, etc. if you just stick to pure structure and order only. A little bit of chaos gives you fresh new perspectives. But it's a little bit, because as soon as you disregard order and structure entirely, you're like, no, let's just do chaos. Well, then it all goes to shit. And all that energy that was refined and maintained by the structure and order will all pollute and then eventually dissipate. Right? So you need a lot of structure and order and just a little tiny bit of chaos to be an exception and to get you out of a rut. Right. Right? Because like structure and order, that's like saying like just a little discipline. Really? A little discipline? Well, isn't the whole point of discipline is that it is discipline, that you like always do it? Can't just like, oh, I'm gonna have a little discipline today. I'm gonna be very disciplined today, and then the rest you're just not. Yes, that doesn't work, doesn't it? You know it wouldn't work. You know it when other people would do it like that it doesn't work. and that they're fooling themselves, that you can just like have a quota of structure and order. You can't. You have to always do it. And yeah, not a little bit. You can't fill your quota of structure and order and then last the time with it. It doesn't work like that at all. You have to always do it. You have to make it your default, and that's only when it becomes actually valuable. Right? Anyway, hey LSG, good to see you. Yeah. Let's see. Hey. I got a title for today. I think that's appropriate. What do you guys say? Very appropriate. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, thank you. I feel better now. It's just... And I'm sorry, Oz. I did overreact to you. You were right. It just really hit the wrong snare in the moment. Because I was digging for subjects, and you were like having this very confusing back and forth with Richard G. And it just like seemed like a really cryptic dark joke to me. I just didn't really see the context too much. Because I guess I was fishing. Which I do when I don't really know what to talk about yet. But then it just really hit the wrong snare. But it does stand though. I don't like it when people make cryptic jokes. I don't like it. It's very confusing. Like, to me as a show host. I mean, if we're in the Nathan Oakley's live chat or something, dude, you could do that all day long. That's fine. I do that, right? But it's because it's just a side chat. It's on the side. It's not like the show running is directly dependent on that chat. It's just on the side. This chat is not on the side. It is a direct connected thing. And I use it during the live show. So I'd really prefer if there were no cryptic jokes, especially dark jokes. Unless you like specifically announce it. If you make it like in a more official capacity joke, not just on the fling back and forth, because that's really confusing to me. And you see what got out of that one little joke. 50 minutes of angry complaining. Right. Anyway. I'm glad you get it. What's going on? Oh God. We might review Joe Rogan today on FED, it seems. Joe Rogan with Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about gravity. It should be fun. Take. Okay. I would call it a this though. But yeah. It's not really landing. That's a pretty goofy joke. I guess you're still like building and practicing, building up to your stand-up comedy attempt. Like, are you? Is it like when do you find out whether you get to participate or not? Do you like find out that very Sunday or a week ahead of time? You couldn't help myself. That's fine. But I mean, yeah. The joke is really not that cryptic. It's a word joke. It just happens to be that the joke itself is the word cryptic. I get it. It's kind of funny that it's a joke about the word cryptic that isn't really that cryptic. Oh, really? Okay. Complaint message quickly remove. Yeah, I'll just immediately kick you out then. Huh? How about that? Name in a hat. Get pulled that time. What? You should open with that one. I wouldn't do that. What the fuck? Alright, yeah, see you later, Richard G. Thanks for being there in the chat, especially at the beginning of the show when it was kind of silent for 15 minutes. Don't forget to Rogan's it up, by the way. Yesterday's show was not really Rogan's up a lot. I don't know why, by the way. Wow. And trolls just... They insist now. They insist. You've been whining about half an hour of complaining about something you didn't understand. Yeah. And I resolved it. And I didn't complain about how I didn't understand it. I complained about what it was, about the chat behavior, about the attitude that led to that. And then I admitted that, yeah, I overreacted a little. But in general, my entire point does stand. I don't like cryptic jokes in my chat, especially when I'm still in the face, like digging for a subject to talk about. Right? So it's all been clarifying, hasn't it? Names in a hat get pulled in. Alright. So you go there, but you don't know yet whether you're going to actually perform then or not. It's pretty tricky. I mean, that is kind of tough though. I personally would much more prefer it if you would know like a few days ahead of time, so that you could really build up the tension without just wasting it, right? Because if everybody's like building up tension, like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then it's like, oh no, it's not gonna do it, it's gonna be like a waste of energy buildup. It's gonna be a anticlimax for a whole bunch of comedians that want to try. It would be much better if you knew that you would then perform ahead of time. So I would say like draw for the next month. Then you have an entire month to prepare because you know you are going to be performing there. That would be much more sensible to me. Like, I wouldn't like it at all if I didn't know yet whether I would be performing or not. Like, what if I was, like, just doing it every time and just, like, not really expecting to be chosen, right? Because it keeps not happening. And then suddenly you get chosen, but you don't have the tension build up because you're just not expecting it anymore. It's kind of screwed up like that. But, I don't know. Like, it wouldn't work for me. Then again, I am not really a stand-up comedian now, am I? It's not my thing. I need some preparation, mentally especially. Can't just out of nowhere do that. Yeah. Anyway. Not knowing forces. Yeah, that's right. But I mean, it is kind of draining, though. It would be draining a bit. Unless you have, like, you can just do it any moment. If you can, like, yeah, I'll do stand-up every day of the week. If you have that much energy for it, well, then it shouldn't really be a problem. But if it's something like you really have to build up to get into that, to get in the full powers available of comedy, like, I would need build-up time. I would need time to mentally prepare. To gather my energies so that I can release them when I finally do it. And then, by the way, I need that for everything. I need that for exams. Like, surprise exams are, like, terrible to me. Unless I'm, like, a master of the subject, then it's different. Then I could do it any second. Okay, you used to play bass on stage. I did that for a very short time. One live performance in some what is it, contest thingy. It was really weird and silly, kind of. But yeah, I've never been like, oh, I long to be on the podium. But I have the talent, though. I can do it. It's just that I'm not a comedy guy. I'm a guy that's gonna be like this. Like how I'm here, with energy, with like that. Serious energy, higher thinking, trying to make that rub off on people. That's what I'm good at on a stage. And it's kind of funny because when I graduated at school, like, I sort of did like a graduation speech on a stage that you could do or you could skip on that, and I did it really elaborately, and everybody was like, what? because I'd never done that before. But I did it like I'm a professional, because I have that in me. It's just that I have to mentally prepare to do that. In the same way that I have to kind of mentally prepare to do it here. To have that capability available to me as I do the show. It requires continual preparation mentally for like, yeah, I do the show. And I'm building up to doing the show the next day. I even take it into account when I do the technique. Right? When I do the healing technique on myself, I literally now visualize like, where do I want the energy to go towards? What direction? To try and steer it into that direction. And with some mixed results. So some of it has actually worked out. But today didn't work out. Today was kind of like, I'm just agitated. I guess. Wreck all day on gig days. Yeah. Well, if it's a struggle every time, then you should probably not do it. If it just makes you that uncomfortable. For me, it just makes me really... I get stage fright nerves a lot. But since I get that with a lot of different things, I'm very sensitive. I tend to get that with a lot of things. I learned to really deal with those nerves over time. Also because of, well, doing this show and all that. Like, I don't have that issue anymore. I could technically, like, literally just decide, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk on the stage here and say something. And would absolutely not be nervous about it. Well, 20 years ago, I would shit my pants if I had to do that. No, not literally shit my pants, but you know what I mean, metaphorically. It's just that I was really scared of that, of being seen. Because I would be especially scared to be seen for my feelings of not feeling great about myself. That's the part that I always used to be afraid of, would be seen. Because I didn't really feel all that great about myself all the time. I still have some issues with it these days, but it's like, it's a minute part of me, because I'm really mostly structured and ordered to be not doing that, to be self-reinforcing and promoting, like even when I don't really like myself. So I'm not afraid to be seen like that. And also doing this show is just kind of like forced that, because it's like, yeah, I'm showing everything. I'm showing all the sides of me, including like angry sides, frustrated sides, very strict sides, and humiliating things. I find making mistakes very humiliating, even little ones. But I mean, like, yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do? It is just what it is, and the only thing you can do is just admit it, analyze it, how it happened, and then move on. And that's what I do. But yeah, mistakes are very humiliating to me. Like, more than it needs to be. Right? I really, really hated that time when I figured out that holographic didn't actually etymologically mean image of light. That was really, really fucking humiliating to me. And I expressed that very, very elaborately at the time. Because that's how it is. If I actually make a mistake like that, and I get caught, well, I will, per default, at first, resist. Like, say, no, you're just trying to screw with me. But if it then turns out to be correct, yeah, that's really fucking painful for me, humiliating. But not enough to make me wreck everything. It's just like, fuck! Just makes you feel like It makes you feel like you wasted a lot of time or something. Like you played a video game that's very tough, and you're like at the end, and then you die and you have to start all over. It's that kind of feeling. That's the kind of feeling that making a real mistake makes. Making a real mistake gives. That's the feeling. It's like you have to start all over again. I don't know even why, but it just does. And you have to deal with it. You have to work around it. You can't try to ignore it. You can't try to pretend it doesn't exist, because then you create a dark side, a shadow. You hide it. And that will immediately attract all the gammas. Because they say like, oh, I can see something that he's trying to hide. I'm going to prod and poke and announce it everywhere how he made that mistake. In the anticipation that he can't handle it. Right? And that's why you just have to immediately admit it when you realize you made a mistake. And then just suck up the feelings of humiliation and everything. Just immediately. Because that's the only way you don't end up with a giant wasp swarm of gammas poking and whining about it. Because they will do that. They have done that in the past. It doesn't really work so much anymore though. Because now I just immediately correct the mistake and express everything honestly, including the terrible feeling that you do get when you realize you made a really stupid mistake. It's very fucking painful, you see. It's not surprising that so many people can't admit their mistakes. Because it is really painful. It is actually painful. And now for people that aren't like public figures orating, having a story to keep cohesive and all that, it's like, oh, well, you make a mistake, whatever, right? But if you're actually like a public figure telling more stories, well, it's extra painful then. See the difference? Has anyone figured out a curve calculator that actually works? No. Curve calculator equation that works? No, there isn't any. All curvature calculators ignore perspective and yeah. Because that's the only way that they can transform the perspective angular size decrease into actual positions on a ball. So the curve calculator can't actually work because then it wouldn't trick you into thinking that you're seeing Earth curvature. It has to be broken because in reality there is no Earth curvature at all. It's not there. So that's the difference. Anyway, I'm rounding out the show. It's been kind of over the place. I was really frustrated the first part. But it's also because of just financial situation. The freaking GTI and it's like all this potential of resolving my financial calamities. And it's like it's broken and I can't get the admin to basically fix it. And it's been there for years. And it seemed like it was standing completely still. And now finally it's actually starting to produce something like potential money. But I can't get to it because the wallet's like not connected. It's broken. It's outdated. It's based on an email address that doesn't exist anymore. And I can't get the admin to fix it. Or at least it didn't work the last time. I'm going to try again. I'm going to really try to push it because I must have this working. I must have it working. It's literally like registered to my passport and everything. Like I must have this working. I need it to work. Or like, yeah, I should sue them if they don't fix it. I should literally sue them, and I could literally promise a lawyer like, yeah, you get it done, that they fix it, and you could get a large sum of money out of it. But only under the condition that they actually fix it. Remake that email? No, you can't. It doesn't exist anymore, George Sanford. It's based on a platform that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah? It was nullified. Like that entire category of email addresses no longer exists. It's nullified. You can't remake it. Right? I have to switch email addresses, and I need them to use administrative power to do it. And I hope that I'm gonna get some kind of response out of this, or I might actually get a lawyer, like some kind of weird crypto lawyer or something. Because this is just fucking disastrous. I mean, I can barely get money together for frickin' food. And there's this thing sitting there, and if I would get access to it, that could literally fix absolutely everything and beyond. And permanently fix it. I could get out of my poverty permanently. Or as long as there's internet, at least. But, I mean, it has to be fixed. I need them to fix it. I don't know what else I can do to make them fix it. I'm not gonna, like, I don't want to wait another year. Right. But anyway, I am rounding out the show. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. It was a very rowdy show, kind of complaining on my side. Sorry about that. But yeah, all the points do stand. Right, so if you liked it, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'll be much appreciated. And I can, still really use it as long as I'm in this predicament. I could really use the support, so please help me. I mean, just because I have this thing running, I can't get a cent out of it. And I haven't been able to for years. Yeah? Years. Like 5 years. Literally. So not a cent out of it for 5 years. So please don't think, oh, he's got that, oh, he'll manage. No, I don't. I'm not managing. So please support me. I really need it. Right. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1625 on a Thursday, and I'm going to join the Flat Earth debates over at Nathan Oakley 9080 channel. It's already started up for a few minutes. Hope to see you there in the chat, and until the next video, keep it flat.